It's week 2 of the NFL and week 2 of Cook the Book. We're doing something a little bit different today for the Bucs Texans game. Maybe a little barbecue.
Honey, the food's ready.
It's time to cook the book. Well, hey there. Welcome in to Cook the Book with me, Taylor Mathis, where we cook up a same-game parlay to beat the Bucs on Monday Night Football, while also cooking up a traditional dish from one of the cities of Monday Night Football. This week, week 2, we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Houston Texans. Today, we're going to be making a Texas Brisket Sandwich with Commonwealth BBQ and Provisions here in Louisville, Kentucky. And we've got the owner here himself, Kyle Proctor. He's going to be helping us make our Texas Brisket Sandwich. Kyle, are you ready to teach me how to make a Texas Brisket Sandwich?
Ready if you're ready.
And ready to cook up a same-game parlay?
Let's do it.
I'm like, before we get started, are you a football fan?
Love football.
Who is your team?
Who day?
Okay. We got a Bengals fan in the house here, which I'm a Cowboys fan. That's okay. AFC, NFC. We can still be friends, even though we're not in the same division. So we're good there. First things first, we got to get the gloves on. All right. First thing Kyle is going to do here is get out our brisket. Kyle, how many hours does it actually take to smoke brisket like this?
If I'm lucky, 10, but normally somewhere around the 12-hour mark.
Wow, that is a very long time. What would you say like your specialty is when it comes to smoking?
Just patience.
Okay.
You gotta have patience. You can't rush a cook. So
look at that.
Keep it patient. You're good to go.
And so what is this, just like all the juices marinating that you then put on the meat?
Yep, that's everything that came out.
So what's the process of this exact piece, how you get to this finished product?
Yeah, so the first thing I do is I'm very picky when it comes to brisket. I look for a big flat, not a whole lot of fat on it, but I'll trim the fat, shape it up to about like this, and then I'll just take and season it with my special seasonings that I don't tell anybody.
Oh, it's a secret.
It's a secret.
Can we know one ingredient that's in the special seasoning?
I'll give you 2.
Okay.
Salt and pepper.
Love it. Oh, the basics, the basics. I've heard that if you're really good, with meat and stuff, sometimes you don't need all the crazy stuff. A little salt and pepper can go a long way.
Yeah, salt and pepper is all you need.
Love that. And how much, before you trimmed this, how big was this piece of meat?
This one was about 16 pounds before I trimmed it. After cook, we're probably at about 9 or 10 pounds.
That's a that's a big old slab of meat right there. That's a huge old thing. Holy cow. That's bigger than my baby right now. That's crazy. While we've got our brisket on the smoker, I'm going to give you guys leg 1 of our same game parlay in the Bucs Texans game. Right now, the Bucs are a 2.5 point dog on the road. I'm going to buy that extra point to go over the field goal at 3.5. And here's why I'm liking that. In week 1, CJ Stroud and the Texans, they weren't able to score much. They were held to just 9 points. And CJ Stroud, he was hit 7 times, 3 sacks. That offensive line wasn't really able to keep the Rams defense away from him. And while the Bucs may not be as good defensively as the Rams, there's a very good chance if they're able to get to Stroud that they can keep this game close. Another thing that I want to think about when I'm looking at this is the Bucs in 2024 were amazing on the road covering the spread. 3-1 on the road as dogs. I think they keep that momentum going into 2025 on the road with their first game out of Tampa Bay. All right, talk me through this a little bit right now, what we got going on.
Yeah, this is my Lang 84 Fat Boy smoker. And then this is where I make everything.
That's where the magic happens, people.
Where the magic happens.
What's the temperature that you keep this on?
I start out about 225, and then as the cook goes on, I'll increase it up to about 250, 275 to kind of finish off the cook.
Right.
So, and then there we have it.
Look at that baby. Woo! It's a big boy. a big man. Right.
Go ahead and let you know. I always give away the first slice.
You do? Okay.
I always give away the burn ends, and I always give away the very first slice.
I love that.
So,
how'd you get into deciding to do this?
I got drunk during COVID and bought a smoker. Like the week before the world shut down.
Really?
Yeah.
And then you just really like taught yourself how to do this?
Yeah. A lot of beer.
Wow.
A lot of mistakes. But the only way to make good barbecue is to make bad barbecue.
Ooh, love that. I love that. So you've been at this now for 5 years.
Right out, yeah.
And when did you get the truck?
A little over a year ago.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Whew. Yum.
Oh, first slice.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, that's really good. I also got to tell you, Kyle, this is my first time I've ever tried brisket. So
Really?
yeah, I've never had it. Wow. This is fantastic. Very good. Wow, no, for real. First time ever trying it. I've never had brisket before. Probably because I've always been a little weird about meat. Like growing up, I was a little weird. My family didn't eat red meat very much. So.
Didn't he grow up in Iowa?
I grew up in Illinois.
Illinois, okay.
My dad's from Iowa, though.
Okay.
My dad grew up hunting, did all that, but my mom kind of like was weird about red meat growing up. So, actually, funny story. One time, he was off work on Thursdays. He'd cook dinner. We were having chili. And we go to eat chili, and that was like kind of one of his go-tos when he had to cook. And he was like, oh, yeah, I made some chili tonight. We sit down, we eat, and my mom keeps saying, like, something tastes off and really weird about this. She's like, I don't know, it's really good, but, like, something's different. He totally tricked us, and we had venison chili. So, yeah, that was, like, what my dad would do to try to get the red meat back into our lives since my mom took it away. Now that we've got our meat cooked and now we've got it cut up and ready to go, what are we going to put our brisket on?
We just do a regular white bun. Like to keep it simple.
Keep it nice and classic with the Texas Brisket Sandwich, too. You keep it classic with the white bun, and it's the same as our Juicy Lucy that we had last week out of Minnesota. You just put on some raw white onion, and then we throw on some dill pickle chips, and that's how you're going to make it. Before we get a chance to bite into our Texas Brisket Sandwich, I'm going to give you guys leg 2 of our parlay. We're going to go with Nico Collins, wide receiver of the Texans, to get 50-plus receiving yards. In week 1, he was held to just 25 yards. But this week, C.J. Stroud has all of his air weapons missing. We don't have Cade Stover. We don't have Braxton Berrios. We don't have Christian Kirk. On the ground, we're missing Joe Mixon. Who the heck is he going to throw to? It's got to be our guy, Nico Collins. In 2024, he only didn't go over this number one time while at home. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2024 also gave up the 4th most air yards to wide receivers. Therefore, in this game, especially with the Buccaneers struggling when it comes to outside routes, and that's Collins' bread and butter, we're going to go with Nico Collins to get 50-plus receiving yards.
There she is.
Awesome. Before we dive into our Texas Brisket Sandwich, we're going to go with the side. What are some of the traditional sides that you would do with this?
So we do a summertime macaroni salad. We'll do a creamy coleslaw, but today we're going to do our southern potato salad.
Ooh, a southern potato salad. What makes that different than a regular potato salad?
We throw in a little bit of hard-boiled eggs and some bacon.
Ooh, okay. I love me some bacon, so I'm definitely down to try this. Time to take our taste test of the Texas Brisket Sandwich and our wonderful southern potato salad over here. The only thing that I could think to pair with this right now is a good old Lone Star from the good old state of Texas. So cheers to this brisket sandwich. Thank you to Kyle and for Commonwealth BBQ and Provisions here as we try out this baby. I'm very excited for this. Oh my God. That's amazing. That is really good. Wow. I'm impressed. Holy cow. That is really good. Now, while I continue to eat my delicious food here, I'm going to give you guys the final leg of the parlay. And that is going to be a Mike Evans touchdown. Mike Evans is one of the most consistent wide receivers in the league, who always gets a trip to the end zone. 10 years in the NFL, 9 seasons, he's had at least 8 trips to the end zone. When you've got a really talented corner like Derek Stingley for the Texans, a guy like Evans is going to be able to beat him out with those jump balls and slant routes, regardless of how talented he is. If Baker Mayfield is struggling against an elite pass rush like the Texans have, with Hunter and Anderson trying to get to him, he's going to have to throw that ball off quickly. And who's going to be the guy that he does it to? None other than Evans, especially when you've got Chris Godwin out as well as McMillan this week. Give me a Mike Evans anytime touchdown. Let's run over the parlay real quick. We've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus 3.5. Leg number 2 is Nico Collins to receive at least 50 yards. And number 3, Mike Evans for an anytime touchdown. Coming out to plus 366. Remember, at the time of me making this right now, all odds, lines, injuries, everything is subject to change. But that's what I'm getting the parlay at right now. So let's cheers to that.
Cheers.
Shitty Texas beer. You were right. Thanks for tuning in to episode 2 of Cook the Book, week 2 of the NFL. With me, Taylor Mathis, and today, Kyle Proctor of Commonwealth BBQ and Provisions. Thanks for teaching us how to make a traditional Texas brisket sandwich.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Guys, I really feel like I'm in Houston right now. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe here on YouTube, and turn on that bell so you know when I drop a new episode on Sundays before Monday Night Football. See you next time.
Honey, the food's ready.
It's time to cook the book.